Good morning. Let you know an update on Kristin Tyler. Yesterday, about 1:53 p.m., we did find Kristin Tyler's body in the 2000 block of West Stimmel Road. It's just east of I-135. Her body is being transported to Frontier Forensics in Kansas City for an autopsy to determine cause of death. We have arrested Joel Heil, 27, for one count of first-degree murder in the connection with her death. KBI crime scene response team has been called for evidence collection. They are processing the crime scene. This is an ongoing investigation. We do anticipate more arrests. We have conducted dozens of interviews. Some of these interviewees have not been forthcoming with some information. We are going to conduct further interviews. If there's any determination that any false information has been provided, there may be some legal charges in regards to that. I can answer any questions you might have at this time.
How did you, I know you were patrolling the county roads yesterday. Was it from that or was it from...
Right, so we had received information on some possible locations. Along with the Sheriff's Department, they coordinated a search of certain spots in the county. There was a deputy on patrol that was looking as well and did locate her body.
I can't help but think, but this came 18 hours after the arrest of Joel Heil in Abilene. So did you develop information from Joel Heil that led you to that?
No, sir.
He did not confess?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Okay, but I gotta ask. So are you saying that you came upon it on your own?
That's correct. Correct.
But it was from a tip that you received?
No, through our investigation, we had information to believe she was going to be in the county. And we had specific areas, not specific areas, types of areas we were looking at.
So 2 days ago when you had the 32 sheriff/police department employees looking, was that the same kind
That is the same kind of thing we're looking for, yes. It was an ongoing search.
So it was from that original search that went over
Yes.
a few days?
Yes.
Did the deputy see, was the ground disturbed? What did he notice?
He was able to see the body.
She was not in a bag or anything like that, or a cover?
No, she was exposed.
Exposed, okay.
You said more arrests are possible. What kind of charges could these people face?
We're looking for any other involvement with this incident. I cannot speculate on what charges they may be.
But it's with some of the people you interviewed that you think maybe aren't?
Through our investigation, we're looking at other individuals, yes.
Others that might have stonewalled you with information didn't come forth with information?
We're looking, those re-interviews are information they provided. We're still looking for other people that may be involved.
Was the body nude?
I cannot comment.
Is there a way to tell how long the body had been there?
She was last seen on April 25th.
And do you believe that soon after or about that time is when she was murdered?
That is the belief.
Okay.
Do you believe she was murdered in town, or did it happen out in the area where the body was found?
Still an investigation, but it leads that may have occurred right where she was located. But we don't have all the information.
So that, again, April 25th, so she was there it was almost 2 weeks, right?
That's correct. 2 weeks ago yesterday would be. April 25th was Thursday night. She was.
I mean, granted it's not super hot. What condition was the body in?
I'm not going to comment.
Okay.
So to be clear, you believe that body was there since April 25th-ish?
That's our belief, but
Can you tell us what led you to book Kyle on charges of first-degree murder?
our investigation has revealed information that provides us that.
How long do you think the location will be a crime scene where you're investigating? Do you have any idea?
The KBI crime scene response team was out there last night. It got dark on them. The scene was secured the rest of the night by Saline County Sheriff's Department. They started back up again at 9 o'clock this morning. When they get finished, I don't know if it'll be today or not, but they're gonna be very thorough, looking for any and all evidence. Also, this is a joint investigation with the Saline County Sheriff's Department and the Saline Police Department. Obviously, we initiated the case as a missing person and culminated into the death of her in the county.
Matt, what would be the role right now that the sheriff's office is playing in the investigation?
Right now, we're just maintaining the crime scene along with KBI, and also just assisting with the police department with their investigation. Obviously, they initially started the investigation and did most of the legwork when interviewing, so we're just going to allow them to continue with that and just work with filing the paperwork and stuff through the courts.
So do you think then Joel Heil had help with this?
We're looking for other participants in this crime.
Would you still need some public assistance in the case?
We would always encourage public assistance.
Maybe calling you or the
Sure,
Crime
if
Stoppers?
they can call the Saline Police Department, then call the Saline County Sheriff's Department, or they may call Crime Stoppers.
Is there a cause of death in it?
The body is going to have an autopsy performed at Frontier Forensics to determine cause of death, yes. Right now, we do not know.
Okay. From what I recollect from what the family had said, going back to that Thursday, April 25th, she was going over to a friend's house, overnighting, and so she went out that evening. So it would have been that Thursday evening or over into Friday morning or
Correct. We know she was alive Thursday night.
Thursday night?
Correct.
Okay. What role did, the family says that Joel Heil took her car, down to Wichita, and that she brought it back that same day, things like that. Is there anything in there that talks about motivation, whether there were unpaid?
Oh, we're evaluating that as well. That's part of our investigative information.
Okay. Drugs play a role in this?
Cannot answer that.
Okay.
Is there a timeline on when you think you'll get information on the autopsy and cause of death?
I believe the autopsy is being performed
Yeah.
this morning. Usually we
Actually,
get- go ahead, sir.
actually, the autopsy will be performed around 3:30 this afternoon. And like I said, Dr. Mitchell will be the one who's performing the autopsy here in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Hopefully at that time, we can get a preliminary as to maybe the cause of death, but we won't know until that.
Is it typical that they would contact you with some kind of preliminary? And
Actually, I will be there during the autopsy. So, but each case is different and it's handled differently. Sometimes Dr. Mitchell is able to give a cause of death, but other times he may have to wait and examine the evidence that he's collected and then give it at a later time. So,
But you thought, I apologize, how quickly did you think the information would come back on the autopsy?
it depends on if Dr. Mitchell is able to make a ruling today. It just, like I said, it depends on him examining Kristin and finding out if there's evidence of cause of death. So I said each case is different. Sometimes he's able to make a ruling, a preliminary ruling at that time. Other times he may have to wait a while so he can examine what evidence he was able to collect.
Especially if there's toxicology.
Exactly.
Okay.
Toxicology takes a lot longer to come back with.
So might you be updating if that were to come back
I think
later today?
It'd probably be Monday or later.
Monday,
if we would.
yeah.
He's been booked. When will he be arraigned or make a first appearance? Or if I apologize if somebody's already asked that.
It'd probably be next week. Usually it takes a couple days, but they've probably already set a court date, but I don't know exactly when that court date is, either Monday or Tuesday of next week.
Will it be a video arraignment or will he make it?
It'd be typically it's a video arraignment, but there is, if he has an attorney, sometimes they can request it, but usually it's a video arraignment for the first appearance.
going back to Abilene, I don't know, you guys want to be careful when you're taking a suspect into custody. You don't know the situation. Is there a reason you believed the way that you went into that room? Was there reasons why you went that way?
Sure, that was on the day we arrested him on that. We'd been in investigation for several days. We were receiving information that he had access to a firearm and may be potentially armed and dangerous. So we were going to take every precaution for the safety of our officers to apprehend him.
Thanks.
Was he armed?
He was not.
Okay.
And he is obviously alone, right? Or not? Was he alone?
When he was arrested?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
In any of this, anything like, I've heard all sorts of things. Mexican drug cartel or anything?
You know, we have a lot of information that comes in. When you ask for the public's help, which we do, and we appreciate the public coming forward and giving us information, that's how we build our cases, because we're not the ones that are at the crime scene when it happens. We have to develop that through people that are witnesses, hear information and things. So when that happens, sometimes you get information that goes off in another direction. We still follow all those tips that we can with the best of our ability.
You know, granted, where the body was found is about 2 miles as the crow flies from the salvage yard. Was that just somebody shot in the dark, or is the vicinity mean anything?
We have no information on that. We did have information that I believe was anonymous that the body may be there. We have to evaluate each of the information comes in, how much validity that we believe we can give to that, and see how much resources we have to accomplish any searches and things. Fairly early on, we felt there was foul play. So that's when we started really investigating it, amping it up, seeing what more information we get, kind of put a full court press on to find what we could. As each day went by, it was certainly more evident that may be the case. It was sad to know that it ended in her death, and we certainly feel for the family for their loss. Also the citizens of Salina. She was a Salina citizen, so that's one of our own lost. We, when we did find the body, yes, that gave us a piece of the puzzle that we did need to proceed with criminal charges.
And then yesterday morning, you were saying that there was a chance that she could still be alive. Was it surprised to finally see?
Well, I don't know in what way I said that, but you know, it's one of those things when you have the Cleveland incident. You know, we work in a situation where we got to try and prove black and white, so there's always that possibility, but it didn't seem likely.
Is it just routine to ask the family, hey, get dental records?
Oh, certainly. After a period of time such as this going on, there are missing persons throughout the United States. We get information all the time of unidentified bodies found. So that's always something we do as we progress through a missing person, is obtain anything we can. So if and when a body is found, whether it's in our jurisdiction or somewhere else, that we may be able to use that to help identify. Because if it's 2 years down the road, there's probably going to be, if a body is found, very little to identify that with other than medical records, dental records, things of that nature.
Okay.
Was her body easy to identify? Was it identified?
I'm not going to go into that.
Again, you thought she'd been out there pretty much the whole 2 weeks.
That is, I guess, speculation at this point, but obviously if she went missing on that night,
So it's possible she
it's possible she's been there since,
the 25th.
yes.
And I think we'd already asked, and you couldn't say what condition.
Correct.
Right,
Correct.
okay.
I don't know if you said this before, but what led you guys to that area to look there?
We are conducting searches around areas such as that, and it was come upon by a Saline County deputy.